What's up YouTube? We are back for more middle split stretching. Let's just jump right into it. So we're going to start with a butterfly stretch to open the hips. Start by just bouncing your knees, pushing one leg down and then the other, just to start warming up and opening everything up. You can push down on both or dig your elbows into your knees and focus on bringing your stomach down towards the ground. We're then going to put one leg on top of the other, so we stretch the outer side of our thigh, and we can bring our stomach down to get a really deep stretch in there. Make sure you do both sides. Next, we're going to put one knee on top of the other and bring our stomach down to the ground again, and just to further keep stretching those outer thighs, because it's equally important to stretch both. Then we're going to go ahead and push down on both knees, just reopening up those hips. Now we're going to go into a straddle, and we're going to rock it out, opening up our obliques, going from side to side. We can reach over, make sure to focus on bringing our chest up, and then separately put it down to the floor. Now we're going to work on bringing our stomach down to the ground, being in a pancake, which is a straddle, but reaching forward. Next, we're going to focus on stretching the outside of our legs again, just by rocking our legs back and forth. We can also cross them over to get a much deeper stretch on the outside of our thighs. Now we're going to tuck one leg in and keep the other leg out, cross it over our body, and then we can open it up just to keep opening up those hips. We want to make sure the bottom leg is also actively engaging and pushing down into the floor. That will deepen our active flexibility for our front splits. We're going to pull our leg into our chest again, and this time pull it in with the flexed foot and then straighten it out into a split. We want to make sure our bottom leg is actively pushing into the ground, engaged, straight, and our glutes are active, so that we're really working on our active flexibility for our front splits. Next, we're going to open out into a middle split. Now we're going to go ahead and go into a front lunge. We're going to rock it out to open up, to start working up our hamstrings, and then settle into it and focus on bringing our fingertips towards the ground. We'll straighten out our front leg and kind of flex and point our toes, move our hips around just to further open everything, and pull the back foot into our glutes, and also push it back into the palm of our hands to open up our shoulders a little. The point is to just kind of warm up the body. You can then straighten the back leg, get more settled into those hamstrings, and then slide into our front splits. We can then lay forward and rock more into that front split. We can also lift the back leg, bring it to our head, and even flex the back foot so we work on those over splits. We'll then go into a pigeon to again stretch out the outside of the thigh, and then we can bring the ankle in closer and pull that back foot to our head again, just to open up everything. We're then going to have one knee on top of the other, so we stretch those outward thighs again, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we go into a frog position and we're just going to settle in here. And now we're going to do a downward dog. Bring it forward, push up, down into a cobra, and repeat that flow. And now we're going to do some straddle beats on our back to just again keep warming up those thighs. We can then hold it here and just work on engaging those legs, working out those micro bends in the knees, pointing the toes, and just warming up those hamstrings. Now we're going to go into our half middle splits. We're going to start by sitting on our glutes and just leaning forward in a half pancake. Then we'll go ahead and reach over to the side to warm up those obliques. And then finally roll into our half middle split. Now we're going to go back into our straddle and just rock into those middle splits further. And then finally roll up and over into our middle split and hold it. And to close out, we'll end with a pike stretch so we can shake it out and just get those hips back into a comfy spot.
And that is day 3 of middle split stretching and some front split stretching. Make sure that if you like this video, you like, comment, and subscribe, and come back again for more stretching.